Come back from behind after the Indians were leading 33-32. Shots started to fall for Willamette, and then you also had the shots falling for Roseburg. Roseburg was outscored 29-20 in the second half against Willamette. Just got the live stream up and going, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching on YouTube, if you're listening on The Score, you can head over to our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score, or you can head to 541radio.com, and you can watch the game today with our live video simulcast. With the Indians, a loss on Friday against Willamette. Harrison Scott, though, a season-high 20 points for him. Might be a career high as well. 6 3-pointers in the game, 5 of them in the first half. Remember, this is a kid that had just 4 points versus Grant in the first round last year in the postseason. He's really having a good junior campaign, averaging almost 10 points a game at 9.9 points per game, shooting 50% from the field, 34% from three-point range. He's also been the best free throw shooter on the team, shooting 89% at the foul stripe this season. Band starting to get going here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Second home game with the band in attendance. It was loud last week, and we're expecting a great crowd tonight. The North Medford Black Tornado in town. Black Tornado last season, 11-15, 6-6 in Southwest Conference play. They lost to Central Catholic 84-56 in the first round of the 6A playoffs. They did win 6 out of their last 7 regular season games to end the year, including a game here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, which was an 83-80 victory for the Black Tornado. On the road for the Black Tornado when they came down here, Roseburg was up 80-76 with a minute left in regulation, but had 2 turnovers and a foul that led to 6 straight North Medford points to give the Black Tornado a 2-point lead, 82-80. Owen Bentia in that game, though, hit 4 3-pointers and led Roseburg with 23 points. Both the games last year, Bentia a combined 39 points, including the 23 back here at home. On the road, though, the RHS boys were able to pull off a 68-56 victory last season in Medford. They started the second quarter on a 9-0 run and led North Medford 33-18. RHS put the game away in the fourth quarter, hitting a pair of 3-pointers and sinking 7 of 10 from the foul line to build onto their lead and get it done on the road down at North Medford High School. So these teams 1-1 last season, which with the road team getting the victory in each of the contests. Very similar teams. Roseburg last year 6-6 in Southwest Conference play, tied for 4th. So was North Medford. And it's 2 teams that graduated a lot of seniors. North Medford graduating about 3 guys that were star contributors. Roseburg, same story. You lose Micah Mendoza and Ashton Vredenberg. And so top 3 scorers last year, losing 3 of the top 4 scorers last year for Roseburg. Similar situation for North Medford. Nonetheless, though, North Medford comes into this one 7-5 on the season. Should be a fun one tonight at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Stick around. We're going to talk with Coach Humphreys. 2-minute timeout upcoming here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Can't move a muscle? Make a move to Centennial Orthopedics and Podiatry for muscle, joint, and bone care for the entire family. Whether for ankle or foot, hand and wrist, shoulder and elbow, hip and knee, or sports injuries, our specialty-trained doctors can help you get moving. Get the safe, comfortable orthopedic care you deserve right here in Douglas County. It's your move. Call 541-229-2663 or visit centennialorthopodiatry.com today.
Looking for a great lunch and great value with endless options for everyone? Then hurry over to Mountain Mike's Pizza for our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. For one low price, you can choose from a variety of signature and specialty hot and delicious pizzas. Then build your own salad your way with a wide selection of fresh vegetables, toppings, and dressings with as little or as much as you want. Mountain Mike's Weekday Lunch Buffet. It's lunch and salad bar the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Nat Jarecki here with Coach Humphreys. Coach, you got to process that game against Willamette over the weekend. What were your main takeaways?
Kind of what we talked about after the game. Just got to dial in some of the defensive stuff, rebounding, just a lot of little things to clean up and building better habits.
Heading into this game, what do you feel like the team's kind of taken away from that game? Your guys are over halfway through the season. How's their mindset and mentality been heading into the second half of the season?
That's a great question. I don't know. Sometimes, post-game, next day, sometimes we move on and don't even talk about it. Some days we spend a lot of time talking about it. Obviously, we spent some time talking about end-of-game situations, in a position where we were trying to foul down the stretch and put them at the line to miss free throws and then get into attacking the basket and some end-of-game stuff that didn't go the way that I would have liked. So we spent some time talking about time and situation and how to handle that better next time, and then practiced it some as well, and doing those things and understanding how to compete at the end of a game.
With you guys being over halfway through the season, is this where you thought you guys would be at this point, or had things kind of gone off track?
I didn't have any huge expectations either way. I feel like a broken record saying the same thing every time, but it is. I mean, it doesn't matter the season or, in my opinion, the team or the sport or whatever, especially with high schoolers. You're trying to get them to understand that if we work hard every day, not look at the scoreboard, not look at some of those little things, then by the end of the season you can look back and say that we got better and achieved our goals. These guys talked about at the beginning of the season that their goal was to get better. I mean, one of our mottos is every single day, and we talk about that also every single day. And so how we're getting better in our progression is not necessarily dependent on the scoreboard, and trying to get the guys to see that is sometimes harder than other times.
Where do you feel like you guys have grown and maybe gotten better from the beginning of the season to where you're at right now?
Dealing with adversity. We've got better dealing with adversity because we've had a lot of it to deal with.
Yeah, no doubt. Heading into the second half of the season, where do you want to see your team grow from this midway point to the end of the year?
Even though it's halfway through the season, we're only one game into league, and so really, we've talked about it before Willamette. It's about the league season, and that's what matters as far as working to try to move on. Besides ranking stuff, obviously, but working to get ourselves in a good position in league. If you're near the top of the league at the end of the season, then that's a huge success, and so that's what our goal is.
Mm-hmm. Looking at this North Medford team tonight, what have you taken away from them looking at the film?
They got shooters. They get up and down. They like to push the ball, and they're going to get a lot of shots up.
What are you guys going to have to do to stop them today?
Slow it down.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight. Appreciate it. So that was Coach Humphreys ahead of this game against North Medford. The Indians 3-10 on the season, 0-1 in Southwest Conference play. North Medford 7-5. This is their first Southwest Conference game. They're coming off a 64-54 victory against Crater. That was last week. Second straight win for the Black Tornado. Dylan Scott scored 24 points on 10 of 16 shooting. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Easton Curtis contributed with 16 points and 6 rebounds. So that's what happened in the last game for North Medford. Looks like Dylan Scott, though, the leading scorer, not here today. We talked with Coach Scott Blankenhorn earlier, and he said D. Scott is not here. At least that's what he told me when he was giving me the starters for today. And so it could be a huge loss for North Medford tonight without Scott, who again scored 24 points in the last game. This season came in averaging 13 points a game while shooting 45% from the field, but they got a lot of shooters on this team, according to Coach Humphreys. Got to get going for this one. National Anthem coming up. We'll quickly go through the starting lineups for tonight. Let's go ahead and start with the Roseburg Indians. Starting tonight, a little bit of a shakeup in the starting lineup. Jaron Leeworthy, the junior, going to be in there with Landon Fanigal, the senior. Harrison Scott, again a starter. He's also a junior. Owen Bentia, the senior, he gets the start. And for the second time this season, Easton Cantrell getting the start tonight. So that is the starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians. No Caden Luther in the starting lineup tonight. Cantrell, his second start of the season. On the other side for the North Medford Black Tornado, Easton Curtis, Tate Snyder, Traeger Healy, Keenan Stewart, and Nate Anderson. National Anthem coming up right now. We'll take a 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you can be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Welcome back here to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg looking for their first win in Southwest Conference play, looking to get the win at home tonight. It was a little rushed getting the starting lineup for North Medford. You're watching on the video screen, putting it back up there as well. Easton Curtis, the guard, getting the start with Tate Snyder, the other guard. Traegan Healy going to be the wing player out there with Keenan Stewart, another wing player, and then Nate Anderson, the post player. Those are the starters tonight for the Tornado. Roseburg today going to be wearing white jerseys with orange trim, orange numbers, and orange letters as well with the R on the shorts. North Medford today wearing a vivid red with black on the bottom, black numbers with white trim around. So those are the uniform matchups today. Good crowd starting to fill in here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium ahead of this matchup between Roseburg and North Medford. Again, last season, these two teams went 1-1. The road team won in each of the contests. Roseburg winning on the road 68-56, but losing at home 83-80, a close one last year. Roseburg leading 80-76 with a minute left in regulation, but had 2 turnovers and a foul to give 6 straight points to North Medford. And the Tornado got a 2-point lead late, 82-80, and they hung on to win 83-80. So those are the starters tonight. Again, no Caden Luther tonight. At least he's going to be coming off the bench, not in the starting lineup. Got to get things rocking and rolling here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. The band's in attendance. The students are here. North Medford on the right side, going towards the left. Roseburg on the left side, heading towards the right. Landon Fanigal and Nate Anderson, both in the circle. The tip is underway, and it's won by North Medford. Snyder gets it up the floor. He hands it over to Easton Curtis, and he takes a 2-0 lead for North Medford. Right off the bat, North Medford scores quickly. Cantrell on the right wing, gets it to Bentia, left wing, 3-pointer. That won't go. Cantrell rises up, trying to get the rebound, but Anderson comes away with it. North Medford now the other way. Left wing. Thought about a 3-pointer, did not with Stewart. Now Snyder drops it down low for Anderson, and it goes out of bounds. Going to be Roseburg basketball. 2-0 North Medford leading, 7:30 to play here in the first quarter. Cantrell at the top, takes a dribble, stops, finds Leeworthy in the corner, drives baseline, but he stepped out of bounds. So a turnover for the Tribe. North Medford basketball 2-0 with Easton Curtis. The 2 points. Up the floor, North Medford flings it. Left wing, Snyder pops a 3. That too strong. Bentia the board, and up the floor he brings it on a 1-on-2. Bentia down the right alley, lays it up and in. Owen Bentia gets the first 2 points for Roseburg. We're even at 2. Minute 4 seconds into this one. A quick stoppage after the ball rolled away. Snyder tosses it across for Healy. Back to Snyder on the near sideline. Back across to the far side. Healy to the far corner. Curtis, triple. Too short. Anderson the offensive rebound. Another 3-pointer. That won't go from Curtis. Rebound goes to Roseburg. Roseburg looking to slow it down today, according to Coach Humphreys. That was his game plan going in today against North Medford and their dynamic, high-scoring offense. Bentia, left wing, gets it into the paint for Fanigal. Underneath the basket, Leeworthy goes up, and he's able to bank it home. Makes the score 4-2. Now Curtis, far wing, gets it out to the right wing for Snyder. Snyder at the top, guarded by Scott. Now to the top, Huey. He puts up another 3-pointer, and that one sinks through. Traeger Healy gives North Medford the lead 5-4. Fanigal gets it up the floor for Leeworthy to the left wing. Crosses the timeline now to the top for Cantrell. Cantrell hands it off to Fanigal. Fanigal drops it down low. Leeworthy up and under. Layup is good. 6-5. Roseburg takes the lead. Leeworthy with 4 early points. Now a little bit of a tie-up on the ground. Back to the top, Anderson. Drops it off for Snyder, and then back to the right wing for Anderson. At the top, Healy has it. Swings it over to Curtis. He drives in the arc. Back to the top, Stewart. Stewart drives down the right alley, goes up the right hand, and he lays it in. Keenan Stewart gives North Medford the lead right back, 7-5. Fanigal gives it to Bentia, right wing, driving in on Snyder. Goes into the paint. Scott tries to lay it up and in. That won't go. And up the floor, Curtis will bring it. Down the left alley, lost it in the paint. Bentia takes it away. Bentia up the floor. Gives it to Leeworthy in the paint, puts up a jumper. It rolls out to the right side. Now Snyder brings it up the floor for the Tornado. Right to left, he crosses the timeline. Stewart in the corner. Back to the top for Anderson, and then they'll reset. Snyder Gives it to Stewart. He lost the handle. Back to the top for Healy. Under 4:20 to play. First quarter. Anderson driving in on Cantrell. Back to the right wing. Curtis gives it to Healy on the near side. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Stewart backing in. Working on Fanigal. Goes up and gets it to go right over him. Keenan Stewart makes it a 9-6 lead for North Medford. Ventia will have to wait after a timeout on the floor. Timeout for Roseburg. 30-second timeout. Take a timeout ourselves. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
First timeout used by Roseburg. Roseburg basketball on the right side of the court. Gonna score. Harrison Scott left wing to the top for Leeworthy. Kicks it over to Fanigal right wing, and his pass is taken away by Snyder. Snyder on the near sideline, dribbles it past Bentia. Now gets stopped on the left wing, drives into the arc. Backs in on Fanigal, back out to the left wing for Anderson. To the top, Healy has it. Swings it over to Stewart on the right wing. Stewart drives down the center alley, goes up, pump fakes. His layup won't go. Bentia gets the rebound. Went off the backboard and rim, but no good. Bentia down the right alley, lost it, driving in on 3 defenders, but it'll be a foul on Tate Snyder. First foul for either team. A blocking foul with 3:18 on the clock. 9-6, North Medford with the lead. Fanigal. Inbound it from the baseline, gets it in for Bentia in the paint, and it goes out of bounds off of Bentia's hand. North Medford basketball. Like Tornado, 7-5, coming off an impressive win against Crater. First Southwest Conference game for them. Right wing, they give it now to Snyder, to the far wing for Curtis. And it goes out of bounds off of Roseburg. Tristan Frabel checks into the game. Swing player from JV to varsity as the pass is tipped out by Scott, but contained in the backcourt by Curtis. Now Snyder to Anderson on the right wing, to the top for Stewart. Gets it now to Snyder to the top. Curtis pots up a long three-pointer off to the left to Black Tornado in the paint. Holding it up and getting it is Anderson, and he puts it in. Nate Anderson with 2 points. And it makes it an 11-6 game for North Medford. Leeworthy to the top for Cantrell. Drives in, kicks it out to Frabel to the top. Leeworthy down the center lane, and he lays it in. Jaron Leeworthy with 6 points for Roseburg. He has 6 of the 8 points here in the first quarter. Healy to the top. Anderson tries to go down low for Stewart, and his pass errant goes out of bounds. Roseburg basketball, 2:14 on the clock. Anderson's going to check out. Liam Ray is going to check in for North Medford. Frabel goes back. Young guard for the Indians. Just a sophomore. Dribbles it up past the timeline. Bounces it over to Leeworthy on the right wing. Leeworthy drives into the paint to the far side. Three-pointer from Frabel. That's short. Knocked out of bounds. Going to keep it here with the try. Just under 2 minutes to play. 11-8 the score. North Medford with the lead. Easton Cantrell will check out. Fanigal to inbound. Tosses it in. Leeworthy down the left lane, goes up. That's short on the floater attempt. Fanigal the offensive rebound. Scott gets it. Right block, puts up a turnaround jump shot. That won't go. Stewart the rebound. Snyder tosses to the near side. Curtis up to the top. Snyder tries to go to Curtis again, and it's knocked out of bounds by Scott. He wanted to take that away on a steal instead. It's knocked out of bounds. 25 on the shot clock. Sawyer into the game as well for North Medford. He gets it into the top for Snyder. Now right wing, Snyder back to Sawyer. He swings it over to Snyder. Now back to Sawyer on the left wing. He goes to the left block for Stewart, and a whistle down low. Foul is on Jaron Leeworthy. That's his first team foul as well. Pass comes in. Three-pointer now from Curtis. Rattles out. Rebound Ray, and he puts it in. Lead extended to 5, 13-8 for North Medford. Fanigal down the left lane. Tough shot. He lays it in. Landon Fanigal gets his first 2 points. Back to a 3-point game, 13-10. Snyder takes it over to Curtis. Right wing, down to Stewart in the far corner. Stewart down for Ray, backing in Frabel, back to the top. Ray down the left lane, layup won't go, and the rebound goes to Fanigal. He throws it up the floor, but it's taken away. Steal to Sawyer. He bounces it down for Stewart. He lays it up with the right hand, and Stewart puts it in. Keenan Stewart with 6 points. 15-10 the score. Under 30 seconds and a foul with Fanigal falling to the floor. There's a student that is on mop-up duty today, and he's getting the loudest round of applause today, it feels like. Fanigal to inbound from the baseline. Tosses it to the top for Bentia. Indians can hold. Bentia will instead drive down the left lane, and he's fouled going up on a shot. Looked like Traeger Healy may have been the culprit. And it is Healy. He whistled with the foul, the junior. So here's Bentia at the line. 5-point North Medford lead. Bentia, shooting 71% at the line this season, makes the first. 15-11. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Bentia goes 2 for 2 at the foul stripe. 15-12, back to a 3-point game with 21 seconds on the game clock. Ten seconds. Into the corner, 3-pointer. That won't go. Offensive rebounds put back up and in by Healy at the horn. Just before the horn, Traeger Healy gets the second chance opportunity and makes it a 17-12 game after 1. First quarter in the books. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Move a muscle? Make a move to Centennial Orthopedics and Podiatry for muscle, joint, and bone care for the entire family. Whether for ankle or foot, hand and wrist, shoulder and elbow, hip and knee, or sports injuries, our specialty-trained doctors can help you get moving. Get the safe, comfortable orthopedic care you deserve right here in Douglas County. It's your move. Call 541-229-2663 or visit centennialorthopodiatry.com today.
It's time to get your game on with Mountain Mike's Oven Roasted Chicken Wings. They're meaty, juicy, in 4 bold sauces ready to tempt your taste buds. And they're hand-sauced and tossed for every order. It's game on with Mountain Mike's Pizza Oven Roasted Chicken Wings. Get your wings today. Order online or on our app for carryout or delivery.
Welcome back here to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg to start with the basketball going left to right as we begin the second quarter. Harrison Scott at the top. Indians trailing 17-12. Near corner, Leeworthy gets down to the right block. Bentia backs in, goes up. His jump shot won't go. Offensive rebound, Cantrell, and a foul down low. Foul is going to be on Dylan Sawyer, the senior guard. First foul for him, first team foul, and now Easton Cantrell at the line, his second start of the season, averaging just 1.5 points per game. The senior at the foul stripe misses the first free throw attempt. Special thanks to our sponsor, Neilco Real Estate. Check out Neil Company Real Estate at neilco.com for the latest listings around Douglas County. Their agents can help you score the home of your dreams. Cantrell too strong on the second free throw. Ball goes out to the backcourt and now taken away up the floor. Ray gets it, gives it over to Sawyer. Sawyer's shot from the right block won't go. Ball batted around and eventually a whistle. Foul is going to be on Easton Cantrell. So Cantrell the foul. Liam Ray at the line. Ray, a sophomore, 6'4" the size, taller than anybody on the Roseburg basketball roster, misses the first free throw. 17-12 the score. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Ellison Randall. Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call 541-378-6694. Ray makes the second free throw. 18-12. Up and under, Leeworthy down the right baseline, lays it in. Jaron Leeworthy, 8 points tonight, 6 in the first quarter, gets his first 2 here in quarter number 2. 18-14, it is a 4-point game. Right wing, Snyder, guarded by Fanagown, takes a dribble, picks it up, goes down to the right block for Stewart, knocked out of bounds by Leeworthy. Feel like a good game from Jaron Leeworthy, the junior. Student section starting to fill in a little bit. Here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the band up in the second deck. Always a loud one when they're in attendance. Snyder gets it into the top. Dylan Sawyer out to the right wing for Curtis. Hands it back over to Snyder. Snyder passes over to Sawyer. At the top, guarded by Scott. He takes a jab, then passes it in the near corner. Healy a three-pointer, and that falls through. Traeger Healy, that's his second three-pointer. And makes it a 7-point game, 21-14. Left wing, Leeworthy dribbles down the left alley, goes up, short on the shot, and now North Medford has numbers the other way. Sawyer kicks it to Healy, three-pointer left wing, that rattles out. Scott can't rise and get the board, and now Bentia pushes it the other way. We're going fast. Bentia, Euro step, collides, blocking foul. North Medford can't believe it. They thought it was a charge on Bentia. Instead, Bentia's going to the line. Foul is on Tate Snyder, and the North Medford fans are livid. So Bentia goes to the line, 6:29 to play, 7-point game. Bentia's first free throw falls through. He's 3 for 3 at the line, 7 points. Special thanks to our sponsor, Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Jaden Kemmerly checks in. Jaron Leeworthy checks out. Bentia, another perfect trip at the line. Makes it 16-21. Right wing, Sawyer has it, guarded by Scott. Takes a dribble towards his left, spins his way the other direction. Gets double teamed, tries to toss it down low, and the pass for Liam Ray is knocked out of bounds. Going to stay here with North Medford. They'll reset the shot clock after the pass ricocheted off the rim. Minute 50 seconds into the second quarter, 21-16, North Medford with the lead. Slight stoppage, but Sawyer now to inbound from the baseline. North Medford in their own basket on the left side of the court. Anderson down low, gets it to Healy at the top to the right wing. Curtis has it. Gets it down for Ray, backing in Kemmerly to the right wing. Anderson drives between the two defenders, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Foul is going to be on Jaden Kemmerly. Nate Anderson to the line, 2 points so far. Senior 6'3", post player. Anderson's first, short. Special thanks to our sponsor, Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel and make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Anderson off to the right on the second free throw attempt. He goes 0 for 2 at the line. And now up the floor, Harrison Scott will bring it. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Vanagow down in the left block, backing in Ray. Tries to go to the corner, and it's taken away. A steal for North Medford. Ray has it on the far sideline, crosses the timeline. Dishes it off. Sawyer goes one-on-one on Frabel, and he's able to lay it in. Dylan Sawyer makes it a 23-16 game. North Medford with the lead. Frabel, right wing, bounces it to Bentia in the low block, drive it in, goes up and under the rim, lays it off to the left side, and no good. Up the floor, though. Dribbling the ball is Curtis, trying to pass it back over to Sawyer, and misfired. It goes out of bounds. Turnover, going to be Roseburg basketball. Kemmerly inbounds it in for Lee Worthy. Standing on the logo, gets it to Kemmerly on the left wing. Step back into the low block. Left side, Vanagow working in on Anderson, and he's able to lay it in. Vanagow now with 4 points. Makes it a 23-18 game. Healy to the top, Curtis. Guarded by Frabel. He swings it over to Ray on the right wing. Anderson gets it back at the top of the arc. They're passing around the perimeter. Sawyer to the left elbow, back out to the left wing. To the top, they reset with Anderson. He takes a dribble. Left wing Sawyer. He pump fakes, drives to the foul stripe, kicks to the far corner. Ray a three-pointer. That off rim. Vanagow corrals the rebound. 5-point game. North Medford leading. Kemmerly. Far corner. Passes it to Bentia. Goes up on two defenders. His shot won't go off the backboard. And Healy has the rebound for North Medford as he brings it up the floor. Hands it off to Anderson, who drives down the left alley, and he lays it in. Nate Anderson, his second made jump shot. Now a three-pointer from Frabel on the right wing. That won't go. 25-18 as North Medford has the basketball controlling on the far sideline. Curtis drives in on Frabel, stops. Gets it back to the top for Sawyer. They'll reset. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Sawyer dribbles. Passes it off to Healy at the top, guarded by Bentia. Bentia locked in, trying to steal it. Instead, it's a pass over to the right side for Sawyer. Takes it into the paint. Beautiful pass down low for Ray. Goes up with the left hand off the backboard. No good. Vanagow, the rebound as he tops up the floor for Bentia. Bentia in transition, hands it off to Leeworthy, and he banks it home. Jaron Leeworthy, 10 points now here in the first half. As half of the Indians' points, it's 25-20. Anderson to the far corner for Ray, back to the top for Sawyer. Curtis gets it into the paint for Ray, and then back out to Healy, near side, and then they pass it around the perimeter to Anderson. Healy at the top, gets a screen to his right, just inside the arc, puts up a jump shot. That one too strong. Anderson rises up for the rebound. And a foul. Foul is going to be on Anderson. That's his first. 2:39 to play. Second quarter, 25-20. Special thanks again to the Cow Creek Tribe, our official video sponsor. You can find the live video simulcast if you're listening on the radio, online at 541radio.com or 1490 The Score on YouTube. Cantrell tries to pass it to Bentia, goes off of his knee, but before that, a foul. This is the second straight foul on Nate Anderson. So the Tribe's still in this one. 17-12 after one, 25-20. Teams even here in the second quarter. Leeworthy gets it in after the inbound from Scott. Bentia drives down the left alley, goes up on four defenders, won't go. Scott gets the offensive rebound, his layup, that no good. Bentia tries to punch it out. Scott on the floor finds it, gets it to Leeworthy at the top. Three-pointer off to the right. Frabel gets it. Another offensive rebound. Bentia, the triple, counted and one! Oh, and Bentia, 4 times the charm. And now a chance for a 4-point play. First three-pointer for Roseburg, and a chance to make it a 1-point game. 2:04 on the clock. Bentia nails it. He's 5 for 5 at the foul stripe and makes it a 1-point game. Quickly the other direction, North Medford. Pass is knocked out of bounds, but I believe a foul on Roseburg, and it is. It's a foul on Frabel, the sophomore. 25-24. What a big play from Bentia. And a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout for North Medford. We'll take a 30-second timeout ourselves here on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Move a muscle? Make a move to Centennial Orthopedics and Podiatry for muscle, joint, and bone care for the entire family. Whether for ankle or foot, hand and wrist, shoulder and elbow, hip and knee, or sports injuries, our specialty-trained doctors can help you get moving. Get the safe, comfortable orthopedic care you deserve right here in Douglas County. It's your move. Call 541-229-2663 or visit centennialorthopodiatry.com today.
1:58 to play, second quarter. 25-24 the score. North Medford with the lead. Inbounding it is North Medford. Ball batted out of bounds by Scott Braden Chinnen in the game for the first time for North Medford, the inbounder. After the timeout for the Black Tornado, each team with 4 timeouts remaining. North Medford with 5 fouls in the quarter. Roseburg in the bonus. Down to the right wing, they give it to Healy. He puts up a long three-pointer. His third won't go. And Frabel gets the rebound. Bentia will bring it up the floor for the Indians. Crosses into the paint and a foul on the floor. Now Bentia will head to the line to give the Indians the lead. Jackson Zimmer whistled with a foul, also in the game for the first time. Bench coming in for North Medford. 25-24, 1:45 to play, second quarter. Bentia nails. We're even, 25-25. A chance for the lead. Bentia at the line. 6 for 6 today. Came in a 71% foul shooter. Money. Roseburg leads. 1:45 to play. 26-25. Been the Bentia show here in the second quarter. Him and Jaron Leeworthy, the 2 leading scorers, both in double figures here in the first half. Haley at the top. Hands it off. Zimmer, guarded by Bentia. Kicks it to the left wing for Stewart. Now near corner. Chin a three-pointer. Splash. North Medford regains the lead just after Roseburg got it right back. As Scott now drives down the left alley. Goes up. Layup and one. We're even. 28-28. And now Harrison Scott has a chance to give the Indians the lead. First 2 points for Scott coming off a 20-point performance, a career high. And at the line, the 89% foul shooter. Makes it, and now Scott thinks that he should just have the N1. They're asking him to shoot a second free throw. I'm very confused. On the board, it says 29-28. Okay, they got it right. So the free throw is good. It is an and one play. And Roseburg leads once again 29-28 late here in the first half. Chin up the floor, gives it to the right wing for Curtis. Zimmer swings it to Healy at the top, brings it to the right wing. Now to the far corner, Curtis drives baseline and a foul. Like a shove on Roseburg. Foul's going to be on Frabel. That's his second. Fanigal going to check in for Frabel. It's the fourth team foul at the corner for Roseburg. 1:01 to play. Second quarter. Chin to inbound it from the baseline for North Medford. On the left side of the floor, scoring in the basket. Pass in, alley-oop on the inbound play, and Stewart lays it in. Having a sneaky game with 8 points. North Medford retakes the lead. It is now 30-29. Ventia at the top. Dribbles towards his left, crosses into the arc. Fade away from the foul stripe. Won't go. Stewart corrals it. Chin tosses it to the right wing. Out to Chin. Now Stewart drives down the center alley, goes up with the right hand. A phenomenal play by Keenan Stewart. Gets back-to-back baskets and stretches it to a three-point game late here in the first quarter. Fanigal, tough. Almost a backcourt violation, able to just stay past the half-court line as he finds Bentia. Now to Fanigal, down the left alley, goes up with the left hand. It rattles in. Fanigal with just 6 points, but a big two-pointer to make it a one-point game. Now 5 seconds to play at the top. Stewart pump fakes, drives down the left lane. Double clutch the shot. He's fouled. 32-31, and a foul is going to be on Jaron Leeworthy. That's his second. Keenan Stewart at the line. Roseburg going to just head into the locker room. So Stewart out alone on the floor. Indians head to the locker room for the halftime break. Stewart, his first free throw is good. 42% free throw shooter this season, according to Max Preps, for Mr. Stewart. 33-31. And the final opportunity to score points in the first half falls short. 33-31. That is the score at the halftime break. Roseburg led the minute and a second to go. North Medford storms back and the tornado ripped through. Take the lead right back. It is 33-31 at the halftime break. A lot to recap in that first half of basketball. It was an exciting one and can't wait for the second half. 2-minute timeout coming up right now. You're on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Welcome back here to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Halftime break. It is 33-31. North Medford leading. It was a really back and forth game, and Roseburg led with 1 minute and 1 second to go. North Medford ends strong and lead by 2 at the halftime break. Unofficial statistics doing a pretty good job, I will say, today with the statistics. At least I will self-grade myself doing pretty well. Considering that all my numbers add up at the halftime break. I think this is the first time all season, while also doing the graphics and camera. So proud of myself for this one. Jaron Leeworthy, 10 points in the first half. Landon Fanigal with 6 points. Harrison Scott with 3. Owen Bentia, 8 points in the second quarter. Finished with 12 points at the halftime break. That's all the scoring for Roseburg. 4 players. That's it. It was Leeworthy, Bentia, Scott, and Fanigal. Leeworthy with 6 points in the first quarter and then 4 in the second quarter for his 10 points. Bentia just 4 points in the first quarter and then had 8 points in the second quarter, including that big 4-point play, hitting the triple and then knocking down the free throw. That was big. That made it 25-24 after it was 25-20. High scoring second quarter. Roseburg scoring 19 points in the second quarter. North Medford just 16 points after a 17-point opening quarter. Roseburg was down 17-12 after 1. They're now down by just 2 after outscoring North Medford 19-16 in that second quarter. On the other side, Liam Ray has 3 points for North Medford. Dylan Sawyer with 2 points. Easton Curtis, 2 points. They both came in the first quarter. Draker Healy's knocked down a couple of three-pointers. He has 8 points. 5 in the first and then 3 in the second. Keenan Stewart, who knocked down both of the free throws at the end of the first half, he had 11 points, 5 points in the second half, and then, or second quarter, I should say, and then 6 points in the first quarter. Nate Anderson, 4 points, 2 points in each quarter. And Braden Jin came in and knocked down a three-pointer. So those are the numbers for both teams in the first half of basketball. Really fun one. 3 3-pointers made for North Medford, just 1 3-pointer made for Roseburg. No Caden Luther in the first half. Coach's decision not to play him. He was not in the lineup and did not play at all in the entirety of that first half. Thought it was going to be a big loss considering he was the third leading scorer on the team entering tonight behind Owen Bentia and Harrison Scott. Luther averaging 8.7 points per game, 71% from the field. He's been efficient when he's out there. Struggle for him has been the free throws, shooting just 36% at the foul stripe, but 6.4 rebounds per game this season. They missed him. And you saw a couple of opportunities for North Medford where they got second chance opportunities and were able to execute. But at the same time, Roseburg did a good job getting offensive rebounds themselves. Think about that Owen Bentia three-pointer with the and one play. Looked like that was their 4th attempt. After a couple of opportunities didn't go down for Roseburg, they were able to get one to finally fall through with Bentia. That's their only three-pointer in the first half. Coach Humphreys talked about North Medford being a team full of shooters, and got to be pretty happy with yourself considering that only 3 3-pointers have fallen down. Also, though, North Medford without a key player, Dylan Scott, not with the team today. He's not out here on the floor. He's not out there, at least that I can see, and Coach said that he was not going to be here today. That's a big loss for North Medford, averaging 13 points a game, shooting 45% from the field. And he's coming off a 24-point performance on 10 of 16 shooting. The 5'10 guard senior not here tonight for North Medford. Nonetheless, we got ourselves a great one here today at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Got another timeout to get to. We missed a break in the first half, so this one going to be extended. 1 minute, 30-second break. Take it here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Second half of basketball upcoming here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. 33-31, the score at the halftime break. North Medford, the visiting team, in front here tonight. Indians looking to come from behind. Remember last year here at home, it was a really good game between these two teams. Roseburg was leading 80-76 with a minute left in regulation, but had two turnovers and a foul that led to 6 straight North Medford points at the end to give the Tornado a 2-point lead, 82-80. They won 83-80 on the road. Both teams last year went 1-1 against each other. The road team winning in each of the contests. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Special thanks again to the Cow Creek Tribe, our video stream sponsor. You can find it online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Special thanks to Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves, as well as fireplaces in the area. North Medford to start with the basketball. Red jerseys, black numbers, white trim. Roseburg, white jerseys, orange numbers, black trim. North Medford with the ball to start, going left to right on your radio dial. Right wing, Curtis has it to the top for Huey. Swings it over to Stewart on the left wing to the top. Anderson back to Curtis. Right wing guarded by Leeworthy. They get it to the top for Snyder. Far wing, Stewart has it. Passes to the top for Anderson. North Medford killing clock, slowing it down. Caden Luther into the game for the first time to start the second half. Going up with the right hand is Snyder. That one off to the right. All out of bounds. Going to be Roseburg basketball. 7:28 to play. Indians have an opportunity now offensively after the stop to tie the game or take the lead. Vanagow dribbles it up the floor slowly. Vanagow gets a screen to his right, brings it to the right wing, now stops, goes down the left alley, goes up the left hand. rolls out towards the right. Leeworthy gets an offensive rebound, his second chance opportunity. That one knocked out, and looks like Fanigow is shaken up on the floor in a lot of pain. So Fanigow, he's staying out on the floor. He was slow to get up and maybe got hit in the eye. So Cantrell will check in for Fanigow. Seems to be okay. So Harrison Scott to inbound it, gets it into Bentia, right wing. Puts up a three-pointer. Too strong. Stewart tosses it up the floor, and a foul in transition. Snyder hit the deck, and a foul going to be called on Bentia. That's his first. Still no scoring to start this second half. 6:57, a minute and 3 seconds into this third quarter. Anderson gets it in on the inbound from Snyder. Snyder bounces it to Anderson on the left elbow. 1-on-1 on Luther, and he lays it in. Nate Anderson, after 4 points in the first half, now up to 6. Bentia working 1-on-1. A spin hook shot won't go on the right block, and North Medford leading by 4. Control. Curtis out to the left wing. Healy three-pointer. Air ball to hit the rim. Underneath the basket was Curtis, and he lays it in. Easton Curtis, his first 2 points since the opening quarter. Quickly other way in transition. Cantrell is fouled as he went to the rack. 37-31. And the opposite story. Indians running with some tempo, and North Medford slowing it down a little bit. 6-point lead, 6:18 on the clock. North Medford out on top. Easton Cantrell can't make the first free throw. Special thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Cantrell makes it. Makes it a 5-point game, 37-32. Layup won't go. Offensive rebound for Curtis. His second try won't go. He lost the ball trying to pass it back out to the perimeter. Ball on the floor, and Bentia gets it to Luther. Luther hit from behind. His pass taken away by Snyder. Bounce pass to Stewart. Bentia trying to steal it. He comes away with it. Up the floor, Owen Bentia crosses Anderson, cuts between two defenders, lays it over to Scott, and he puts it in. Harrison Scott with the fast-paced action puts it in the hoop, 37-34. Snyder to the top for Curtis, and he brings it to the logo. Bounce pass to Snyder, left wing. Alley-oop over to Curtis. Beautiful play. 39-34. Curtis lays it in. He has 6 points. Scott at the top. Hands it off to Bentia. Bentia spins. Puts up a shot from the foul stripe, and it's off to the left. 5:10 on the clock. It's a 5-point North Medford lead. So Fanigow to inbound it. Gets it to the top. Bentia, three-pointer. He falls to the floor. His shot won't go. Off to the left. 5:06 on the clock. So Fanigow to inbound again. Liam Ray checking in for Nate Anderson. Leeworthy left wing gets it off the pass. His three-pointer goes through. Jaron Leeworthy, the triple. 39-37, and a turnover for North Medford as they quickly got it up the floor. Ball goes out of bounds off the Black Tornado on the far baseline. 2-point game. Roseburg a chance to tie. Vanagow to Leeworthy, left wing. Hands it to Luther, gets it right back down the right lane, goes up, and ball batted out of bounds. Roseburg basketball. Vanagow will inbound it from the baseline. Gets it into Luther in the paint, lost it off of his knee, but they're going to say stays here. Favorable call for Roseburg. Vanagow to inbound it again, gets to the corner. Bentia, three-pointer, off back iron. Would have gave the Indians the lead. Instead, Stewart gets the rebound. And Snyder will slowly bring it up the floor as he crosses the half-court line. Hands it to Curtis. They run the weave to Healy. Back to Curtis, right wing, his three-pointer. Short. Ray reaches up, but it's batted back to Bentia. Bentia down the right alley, puts up a floater from the right elbow. That one too strong and off to the right. Snyder gets it and puts it up the floor with tempo. Hands it off. Stewart lays it up. Won't go. Curtis gets the rebound and drops it home. Easton Curtis now up to 8 points. 6 points here in the second half. Back to a 4-point game. Leeworthy has it with the team trailing 41-37. Bad pass, and it's taken away by North Medford. Ball thrown up the floor. Healy in the far corner, back to the top. Snyder has it on the left wing, and will dribble it back up to midcourt. Snyder taking his time. And a timeout on the floor, and man, Scott Plankenhorn is visibly upset with his squad. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
North Medford basketball as they inbound it after the timeout. 4-point lead. 41-37 for the Black Tornado. Snyder has it at the top. Gives it over to Healy, left wing, down to the low block for Stewart. His pass to Ray. Knocked around, ball is on the floor. Diving for it is Vanagow, and shot clock violation. So the Roseburg defense holds strong. A turnover. Now it looks like Plankenhorn wants a full court press. They'll have the full court press. Curtis working in on Scott. A little bit of a relaxed one as Scott gets it past the timeline. Gives it to Leeworthy. Far corner. Drops it down for Luther in the paint. Lost it, and it's taken away. A steal for North Medford as Curtis has it up the floor. Bleach blonde hair. The top, Healy, three-pointer. Off to the left, and then Leeworthy rises up for the rebound. Scott gives it over to Leeworthy, right wing. He drives down the right alley, puts up a jump shot. That one won't go. Up the 2-foot shot. Again, off back iron. Feels like there's been a lid on the rim here in the second half. Just 6 points for the Roseburg boys. Good defense from both squads. 4-point lead for North Medford. Able to stretch it just 2 more points here in the second half. Near corner, Curtis, three-pointer, left alone. Nothing but nylon. Easton Curtis is having himself a third quarter. Quickly, Leeworthy has it on the opposite end. 44-37. Cantrell has it in the near corner, and his pass taken away up the floor. They throw it for Curtis. Goes up, and he's fouled. Hit the deck hard. Foul is going to be on Harrison Scott. Curtis will go to the line for 2. Special thanks to our sponsor, Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And special thanks to McClendon Smokehouse, another proud sponsor of Roseburg basketball. So Easton Curtis at the line, his free throw. Good. Ten points here in the second half for Easton Curtis. Came in averaging 16 points a game, leading scorer for North Medford. Coming off a great football season, now having a good basketball season as well, although he misses the free throw. So Bentia will slowly dribble it up the floor, hands it to Fanigal, and now Scott has it. Scott gives it to Luther, inside the arc, stomps at the foul stripe. Rather, that's Kemmerly into the game. Far corner, three-pointer from Harrison Scott. Not good. Nearly the rebound and up the floor. North Medford will bring it. Sawyer hands it over to Snyder, left wing Curtis. He has another three-pointer on its way, and it's off to the left. Goes out of bounds, Roseburg basketball. Minute 29 to play. It's an 8-point game. (45-37). Pass down for Scott is a little bit too strong from Fanigal. Feels like it's slowly starting to get away from Roseburg. Trying to end the corner strong. Snyder gets to the left wing. Sawyer to the top. Ray to the right wing. Snyder to the top. Healy, three-pointer. Splash! Another three-pointer from Traeger Healy. That's his third three-pointer. And it's an 11-point lead and a timeout from Roseburg. Second timeout used by Coach Humphreys. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for a great lunch and great value with endless options for everyone? Then hurry over to Mountain Mike's Pizza for our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. For one low price, you can choose from a variety of signature and specialty hot and delicious pizzas. Then build your own salad your way with a wide selection of fresh vegetables, toppings, and dressings with as little or as much as you want. Mountain Mike's Weekday Lunch Buffet. It's lunch and salad bar the way it ought to be.
.9 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Timeout on the floor used by Coach Jordan Humphreys. Really great effort tonight from the Roseburg Boys, looking for their first win at home this season. They're just 3-10 on the year, 0-1 in Southwest Conference play. It's been a good one between two very even teams. Teams that both lost a lot of starters last season to graduation, and both teams that were in the playoffs and lost to Portland area schools in the first round of the 6A bracket. They both come to play tonight. North Medford, though, stretching the lead, 48-37. Roseburg gets it on the inbound pass. Indians going right to left. Fanigal hands it out to the right wing for Scott in the far corner. He stepped out of bounds. Humphreys can't believe it. He thought he was pushed out of bounds. Instead, it's a turnover with 47.5. We'll see how fast North Medford is if they want to elect to go for the 2-for-1. Snyder dribbles it up the floor, gets a screen to his right. Now goes down the left alley, puts up a jump shot from the left elbow. That one short. Bentia gets the rebound, and a foul going to be called. Liam Ray with the foul. That's his first. So Roseburg basketball, about a second and a half between game clock and shot clock. Under 30 to play. Scott, right wing. Here in the third quarter, dribbles it. Hands it off to Leeworthy. Far corner, cuts in, gets to the paint. Left wing, Fanigal, triple, too strong. Scott tries to get the offensive rebound instead. It's taken away. Curtis lays it in. 50-37. Roseburg tries to get it up the floor, and it's knocked out of bounds by Healy with 4.8 on the clock. 13-point lead for North Medford. Vanagal gets it across court for Camerly, and it's passed out of bounds. It was a cross-court pass and a turnover, and now North Medford with 4.1 seconds to go. Snyder waits to touch the ball, gets it at the logo, brings it to the left wing, into the near corner. Curtis, three-pointer at the horn. It falls. That's huge. 53-37. Have yourself a quarter. Easton Curtis. And the Black Tornadoes storm in and do their job. End of the third quarter, we'll take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
So after the third quarter, to start the fourth quarter, they got off and running a little early and a turnoff right away by Roseburg. 53-37 the score. At the top, Curtis has it, swings it to the far corner. Healy on the left side. His three-pointer won't go for North Medford. Roseburg bringing the ball right to left with Harrison Scott. Euro step down the lane, he lays it in. Harrison Scott. First 2 points, and now Curtis has it on the near side. Ball batted out of bounds off of Fanigout. So 53-39. Roseburg trying to get back in this game. Only 6 points the entirety of the third quarter. Right wing, Curtis gets it out. The inbound pass from Snyder. Working on Fanigout. The 14-point lead and a foul called. It's on Fanigout. That's his first. William Ray came back to inbound it. Instead, now inbound it is Snyder as gets it to the backcourt for Curtis. See how aggressive North Medford is here in this fourth quarter. Snyder gets a screen from Ray to his right, puts up a three-pointer. Too strong. Kemmerly, the rebound, throws it up the floor for Scott. Scott stops at the foul strike. Kemmerly, a triple high-arcing shot off to the right. And Luther saves it. Leeworthy gets it and lays it in. Round the world it goes. Jaron Leeworthy having himself a career night. 53-41. Harrison Scott steals the inbound pass. Rather just a pass. Euro step on the right alley. Won't go. Kemmerly trying to corral it. Gets it in the corner. To the top. Fanigout. Pump fakes. Drives down the lane. Another Euro step. Count the basket and one. Able to draw the contact. Fanigout's first points since the first half. Makes it a 53-43 game. Special thanks to our sponsor, Centennial Orthopedics, sports injuries, and more. It's your move. Visit CentennialOrthopodiatry.com. Liam Ray whistled with the foul. 10-point game, 6:30. Play, and Fanigout is at the line. Knocks it down. 9-point game. It's exactly what Roseburg needed after the largest lead of 16. And a travel. So another turnover for North Medford. Under 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Roseburg basketball. Ray checks out. Kemmerly going to be the one to inbound it. Gets it into Fanigal in the backcourt. Anderson steps up the foul half-court line to meet him. Now Luther has it at the top of the arc. Working on Healy. Hands it off to Leeworthy. He puts up a three-pointer. That's airballed. Rising up to get it was Curtis. Curtis on the right wing gets it to the top. Here's Snyder now. Working one-on-one with Scott. Passes it over to Curtis, right wing. To the top for Stewart. They're slowing it down. Curtis, right wing, drives to the right baseline and then back out to the perimeter for Anderson. He drives down low, lost the ball into the paint, and it's out of bounds. Going to stay here with North Medford. 11 seconds on the shot clock. 5:46 on the game clock. Pass comes in. Healy left wing. Three-pointer. No good. Leeworthy the rebound. Jaron Leeworthy dribbles it up the floor and gets it to Fanigal at the top. Oh, big defensive possessions here in the fourth quarter for Roseburg. Leeworthy to the left wing for Fanigal. Jabs inside the arc. Puts up a long two-point jumper. No good. Rebound by Healy. Snyder on the logo. Gets a screen to his right. To the right alley, to the near corner. Healy three-pointer again. It's the fourth three-pointer for Traeger Healy. Deflates the gym a little bit. 56-44. 12-point lead for North Medford. Scott picks up his dribble. Now Leeworthy at the top. Gives it to Fanigal on the right wing. To the top for Leeworthy. Back out to Fanigal on the right side. Spins his way into the paint. Goes up with the right hand and lays it in. Back to a 10-point game. North Medford with 4.5 to play. Slowing it down in the backcourt with Snyder. Gets a screen to the right. Goes to the left instead. Into the paint. Spin. Fade around. Jump shot. No good. The fadeaway turnaround jump shot off the rim and then knocked out of bounds by Roseburg. And now a timeout by North Medford. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 4:21 to play. 56-46 the score. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
4:21 to play. It is 56-46. North Medford leading late here in this one. Roseburg in it for a lot of it. End of the third quarter got away from them. The largest lead was 16 for North Medford. Roseburg brought it back to 9. And now it's a 10-point game with 4:21 to play. Close one. North Medford basketball on the right side of the floor. They're scoring on that basket. Snyder to inbound it. Gets it to Healy on the left wing. Looks for a pass. Gets it to the right wing. Curtis three-pointer. Splash. Easton Curtis has had a second half to remember. After a 13-point third quarter, it connects and has 18 points now. And now a foul on the other side on Nate Anderson. That's his 5th, so he'll check out. Jackson Zimmer will come in for him. So Landon Fanigal at the line shooting 2. Fanigal. High arcing free throw, no good. Just a 58% free throw shooter this season. Special thanks to Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC, being a proud sponsor of Roseburg basketball. Fanigal gets the second free throw to go. He's 2 for 3 at the foul stripe today and makes it a 9-point game, 56-47, 3:56 and counting. Snyder at the top. Gets to the right wing for Zimmer, into the paint for Stewart, bounces it, goes up with a shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, falls to the floor, gets it out to Zimmer on the right wing, and a foul going to be called. Foul goes to Easton Cantrell. I think the big story is Owen Bentia, no points in the second half. Been a quiet second half of basketball for Roseburg. A lot of Landon Fanigal, though, here in the fourth quarter. Him and Harrison Scott, 2-point getters. Leeworthy. Curtis pulls up from the foul stripe, passes it instead. Stewart, three-pointer from the left wing. No good, and Fanigal went up to get the rebound. Snyder collided with him in midair, and a foul going to be called. Actually, I didn't say Curtis. That's his first. So Roseburg trailing by 12. 59-47. Leeworthy bounces it into Luther at the right elbow. Stops, passes it, near corner. Scott, three-pointer, may have been tipped. Either way, it's off the rim and up the floor. Zimmer will toss it for Snyder. Stops at the left elbow. Right wing, Zimmer, three-pointer, nylon. Another three-pointer for North Medford, 62-47. Fanigal inside the arc, gets it to Scott in the near corner, drove baseline before the ball was batted out of bounds. 2:46 to play. It's a 15-point North Medford lead. Fanigal gets it into Luther at the top. Passes to Fanigal, right block, fakes a pass, goes up after faking a shot, and it's short. Healy the rebound. Ball on the floor, Zimmer gets it with Luther sliding at his feet. Fanigal steps up. Snyder gets a screen to his right. In the near corner for Curtis. Curtis drives baseline, spins. What a beautiful move and finish. He gets the fadeaway jumper to go. Easton Curtis. Lethal in the second half, now 20 points in the game. Leeworthy drives down the right lane, goes up with the right hand. That one won't go. The rebound goes to North Medford, and this game feels all but over. 64-47 with 1:45 and counting. Healy at the top, pump fakes, he traveled. It was a game that was well within reach for Roseburg. Third quarter, just got away at the end of it, outscored 20-6. Leeworthy tries to pass it in for Scott, and knocked out of bounds. Say North Medford basketball after it went off of Harrison Scott. So $1:39 to play. North Medford 64-47. Below the season average offensively for Roseburg. Above the season average scoring-wise for North Medford. At the top, Snyder puts up a three-pointer off back iron. Luther the rebound. Scott cuts down the left alley, goes up, and ball tipped out after a missed shot. Leeworthy gets the second chance jumper to go. Jaron Leeworthy, 17 points. He's looked really good, especially inside the paint. At the top, Healy, with under a minute to play, guarded by Kemmerly. Gives it over to Snyder on the left wing, to the top for Curtis. They're just killing clock. Curtis, Euro step down the right lane, goes up with the right hand and lays it in. Timeout called as Curtis now has 22 points in the game. Timeout for Roseburg. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg with the basketball going right to left on your radio dial. 66-49 they trail with 35 seconds remaining in this one. Wrapping it up here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Kemmerly down the right alley, goes up with the right hand, no good. Ball batted out of bounds on the far sideline. North Medford basketball, 25.8 seconds remaining. Full court press, couple of JV players into the game, it seems, and the pass goes out of bounds. It's like a number 15 out on the floor for Roseburg. The final 25.8 seconds. So Scott gets it from the baseline. Frabel to the top for Kemmerly. Kemmerly puts up a floater in the paint and gets it a drop. Jaden Kemmerly with 2 points. 66-51. At the top for North Medford. Another JV player into the game for them, number 13. Dylan Sawyer will dribble it out. Final score is 66-51. It's a tough loss for Roseburg in a game that they were well in. Third quarter was the difference, outscored 20-6. We'll wrap this one up. Just a second, get Coach Humphrey's thoughts. 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Can't move a muscle? Make a move to Centennial Orthopedics and Podiatry for muscle, joint, and bone care for the entire family. Whether for ankle or foot, hand and wrist, shoulder and elbow, hip and knee, or sports injuries, our specialty-trained doctors can help you get moving. Get the safe, comfortable orthopedic care you deserve right here in Douglas County. It's your move. Call 541-229-2663 or visit centennialorthopodiatry.com today.
Looking for a great lunch and great value with endless options for everyone? Then hurry over to Mountain Mike's Pizza for our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. For one low price, you can choose from a variety of signature and specialty hot and delicious pizzas. Then build your own salad your way with a wide selection of fresh vegetables, toppings, and dressings with as little or as much as you want. Mountain Mike's Weekday Lunch Buffet. It's lunch and salad bar the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back here to Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. 66-51, the final score. North Medford coming away victorious here tonight. Tough one for the Indians. We're well within it. Looks like Coach Humphrey is about to come up here right now for the postgame show. Going to come all the way around here. Here you go, Coach. That's it. Coach, tough one tonight. You guys were well within it in the second half.
Putting you up.
And for you, what were your overall takeaways for this one?
We talked about before the game, my pregame before the game was a little bit different today. I asked the guys what they were afraid of after the game and after the season, and I wrote up my answer to that. And I asked them to answer that question, and a lot of them said some great stuff, and we talked about what playing for your teammates means, and what playing for your fans means, and what playing for your parents who support you mean, and what that looks like, and I felt like we made that transition tonight. I felt like we played hard the whole game, and we haven't done that necessarily the last few games, and that was my challenge to them. Look at the parents that support you, the fans that come, the students that still come to come and support you, and you got to play hard for them and the time and effort and energy that they put into you, and you got to be able to look them in the eyes at the end of the season and not have any regrets. And I felt like they rose to that challenge. I felt like they did for the majority of the game, and maybe we got tired because we aren't used to playing that hard all for the whole game, and obviously we were a little short-handed with Caden not playing the first half, and so it was a little bit different getting used to different guys. But I felt like they responded to that, and I was proud. Even at the end, I told them when we broke that I was proud of the changes that they made mentally, and I could see the difference, and I hope that they could feel and see the difference, and that's the expectation now moving forward.
You mentioned no Caden in the first half. Despite all that, you had 3 players reach double figures tonight. How huge was that to have multiple players contributing, especially with one player out in the first half?
Obviously, yeah. If you rely on one person, then you're not going to be too successful, because as you could see in the first half, they were face guarding Owen pretty much the whole time. And so you got to have other guys that can step up and score. Unfortunately, Owen did a great job of sharing the basketball, made some great extra passes to guys for threes and guys cutting down the lane. And so having that, as an adjustment that we talk about, because, he could have easily taken some ill-advised shots, and he made huge improvements tonight of shot selection and making the extra pass, which was good to see. It kind of got everybody going, and when your leader gets guys going, then everybody gets rolling.
Jaron Leeworthy tonight, 17 points from him. It felt like he was executing inside the arc. What was he doing well out there to result in the success?
He was attacking the basket. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about him getting aggressive, and it takes a while to adjust to varsity basketball from a JV game, and which was where he was last year, and finally, hopefully, it's starting to click, and now, hopefully that's consistent for him moving forward.
Felt like that third quarter was kind of the quarter that kind of shifted momentum. Just 6 points in that third quarter. What did North Medford kind of do defensively to kind of stifle you guys?
I'll have to think about that question. Go back. They started shooting the ball better in the second half. I mean, we knew they were good shooters, and our rotations defensively weren't quite where they needed to be, and they just ramped up the pressure defensively. Defensively, they got a little bit more physical, a lot more pressure up top, and our guys got a little frazzled from that pressure, which we've seen in the past, and we were able to not. When they brought that pressure, then it definitely affected us.
You guys got a game coming up on Thursday against Century, an endowment game up there. Kind of get a break away from the league season. How nice is that to kind of get a fresh reset away from the league season and get one more non-league game in there for you guys?
Well, I always want to fill the schedule. It's nice to even get a 25th. I mean, these guys haven't played a lot together, and so getting that 25th game is huge for us, and even huge for our younger guys and our JV2 guys. Making sure they get a full schedule every year is important, and so just picking that up. I don't know about going up to Portland for it on a Thursday night. That's not always fun, getting home late and that type of stuff. But playing on the road is, I think, always is good for guys because it's tough to play on the road, and it's helps with mental toughness.
Appreciate it, Coach. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. That was Coach Humphreys wrapping things up here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. 66-51, the final. North Medford coming away victorious. Final numbers tonight: Jaron Leeworthy, 17 points, the leading scorer for Roseburg. Landon Fanigal with 12 points. He was the second leading scorer. Owen Bentia shut out in the second half. 12 points total tonight for Roseburg. Harrison Scott with 7 points. Easton Cantrell with 1 point, and then Jaden Kemmerly with 2 points. Those were the scores for Roseburg. On the other side for North Medford, Easton Curtis, the game-high 22 points. He scored 20 of them in the second half, 13 in the third quarter, 7 in the fourth quarter. Traeger Healy knocked down 4 3-pointers en route to a 14-point performance. Keenan Stewart had 11 points, all in the first half. Nate Anderson with 6 points. Braden Chin, Zach Jackson Zimmer, each with 3 points after knocking down a 3-pointer. Liam Ray with 3 points with a 2-point shot and a free throw. And then Dylan Sawyer at the end of the first half with 2 points. So those are the final numbers today. North Medford, they'll head to South Eugene on Friday, play the Axe at the Purple Pit at 6:45. As mentioned, the Roseburg Indians going to be up in Portland area, Hillsboro at Century High School on Thursday. Non-league endowment game coming up on Thursday, and then they'll be back at home next Tuesday against Grants Pass, and then next Thursday they'll be at Sheldon High School. So road, home, road, and then they'll be back home against the other Medford school, South Medford, coming up on January 28th. Going to do it for us here today. 66-51, the final here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Good defense by North Medford. In the second half was the difference as they racked on the points in the second half, outscoring the Indians 33-20. Special thanks to everybody that made this broadcast possible. Special thanks to Anna Blue, the athletic director at Roseburg, to our producer back in studio, Grady Hamilton. I'm Matt Jarecki saying so long from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. We'll see you on Thursday at Century High School. Pregame show starting at 5:45 with the game tipping off at 6 o'clock on Thursday up in Hillsboro. See you then. For now, saying so long from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.